And good afternoon. Welcome to Straight Talk. This is your Drive at 5 show. This is Catherine Tyson, your host. And I hope you all are doing well. This is a Tuesday afternoon in the beautiful, beautiful Cayman Islands. And I am just so happy to be here away from all the craziness in the world. I spoke with a couple of people that live in the US this morning, and it is just getting crazier and crazier. So I don't know about you, but I'm kind of just happy to be here and to be well and, just living life in paradise. So good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. 9433700. Would love for you to join in on the conversation at any point you wanted to ask a question or you wanted to maybe just comment on something. Today is your day, and we'd love for you to join us. So before I start the show, I did always want to start with something motivational. All that really matters is the people that you love are happy and healthy. Everything else is just sprinkles on the sundae. And I thought that was such a great quote because really, we just want to make sure that we're healthy and happy. And, sprinkles on the sundae. You can eat a sundae without the sprinkles, you know. But you can't I don't just eat the sprinkles without the sundae. So I think that some of the things, as they say, icing on the cake, you can have the cake, but without the icing. But sometimes icing without the cake can be a little bit much, and it might not be the healthiest. So as long as you and your loved ones are happy and healthy, that's really what counts. There was a song that was playing I was listening to earlier before the show, and it was JoJo. It's an older song, Baby It's You, by a young woman called JoJo, and it's beautiful. She sings great, and she says, "We don't have to go nowhere. It's not what I want, not what I want." JoJo, stop it. Stop telling those girls that. Yes, we want you to take us somewhere, guys. Sorry. I just think that was hilarious. It's such a pretty song, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Here is the problem. The problem is that we are just saying, no, we don't have to go anywhere. We'll cook for you. We'll be home. Stop it. Stop the madness, ladies. Expect something from people, okay? Give something and expect something. Now, I'm here to tell you, do not set people wrong. I just thought that was hilarious. So anyway, I wanted to say that. A couple of announcements before we start today's show. Commencement at the University College of the Cayman Islands is being moved to spring, in line with more traditional practices in other countries. The spring date will allow graduating students to be part of the university's celebration of their accomplishments. So UCCI's 2021 commencement at PM at Sir Vassal Johnson Hall. Application deadline Friday the 12th of March 2021. For all the information on commencement 2021 and to access the graduation form, visit www.ucci.edu.ky/graduation. So anyone who knows someone that might be getting ready to, graduate or finish their credits or whatever it is, go ahead and let them know. We've been trying to announce this up until March the 12th because that's the deadline for graduation. So it's not going to be later in the year as usual. It will now be in the spring. Okay, so if you are someone are getting ready to graduate, they're part of the commencement ceremony. And obviously, if you worked really hard, you want to walk, you want to enjoy that, that whole ceremony part of it, just to commemorate your achievement. Okay, so let somebody know, please. We'll be announcing that just so you can kind of be on top of it. Now, I read this other thing on Facebook and I thought it was really interesting. It was really, really good. It was anyone who was born between 1965 and 1979. Obviously, it resonated with me. I will not tell you which year it was, somewhere in between 65 and 79. We're the last generation. We're actually called Generation X. We're the last generation that played in the street with roller skates and jacks in the driveway until the street lights came on. We're the first to play video games and the last to record songs off the radio onto a cassette tape. Yes, children, cassette tape. I have a few still in my house. We walked over a mile without worry of being taken, watched cartoons on Saturday mornings while eating a bowl of cereal or until our parents got up to fix us breakfast, programmed the VCR before anyone else. Yes, VCR. Played Atari and Nintendo and played wiffle ball in the neighborhood and went to house parties where we danced up a sweat Some of these things resonated with me when I was living in the U.S. too, as a young person. We are the generation of Fat Albert, Star Trek, Soul Train, Gilligan's Island, Scooby-Doo, Little House on the Prairie, Happy Days and Good Times, traveled in cars without seatbelts or airbags, and lived without that's funny, right? And lived without cell phones. Can you believe that? I know some of you, if you're young and you're listening to this, you cannot believe that we actually survived. We did not have flat screens. We did not have surround sounds. We didn't have iPads. We didn't have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, computers, or the internet, but somehow we knew a lot of stuff. We had a great time, and we actually talked and loved people. I love that. I loved it. I thought, oh my goodness, so true. Some of the things that it's like foreign to us right now, right? So, gentlemen, ladies, parents, let's try to bring some of that stuff back so that our young people that are growing up in these days that have no clue about the olden times, that they can, kind of get in touch with something, right? Because they have Google at their fingertips, and they still don't know a lot of stuff. Like literally, I'm Googling everything. I think people from Generation X realize that Google is a thing. Like you can actually find out stuff. So I don't ever have to not know, and people will know nothing. And I'm like, how do you not know that? You have a phone. Get off Instagram. Go ahead and Google that, right? I mean, it's just something else. But yeah, anyway, that's me, and some of my thoughts that I've had and some things that I've run across. I wanted to share that with you. Again, welcome to the show. This is your Straight Talk Drive at 5 show. And today is Tuesday, and we will be talking with the CNCF people, which will be a really great time to catch up on some stuff that's going on in the community and things that you can become involved with, and you can also be a part of. So I'll welcome my guests that are in studio with me. We have the Chief Cultural Officer for Carnivals and Festivals, Ms. Melanie Mcfield from the Cayman National Cultural Foundation. Yes, good afternoon. Hi, Melanie.
Afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yep. And we also have Mr. Brent McLean, who came along with you, and he's no stranger to anybody. Today he's called Brent McLean.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am Brent McLean today. Yes, but I'm all about culture, culture and music.
Make sure you call me. That's all. Don't worry about it. And you're actually going to be one of the featured bands on some of the things that we're talking about, right? And it's K Energy.
K Energy. Yes,
yeah,
that's my band. You got to come out and see K Energy.
Well, I mean, goodness, just seeing you is energy.
Yeah.
It's K Energy.
Yeah,
K-Man Energy.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is. It's K-Man Energy.
It's a perfect
If Brent
name.
is there, it's energy. All right.
It's a perfect name. I love it because I know you've had different names of bands over the years, and I know you've competed in song competitions over the years. You've won some. I know that you actually won my show, some time back. So, oh come on, I know.
You're dating me, girl. You're dating me.
I'm sending you back.
Not dating me. Not me and you dating.
You need to be careful.
But you're putting a date on me.
Yes, I know. I'm dating myself. I'm dating myself. Exactly. I was like, what's Brent talking about? I was going to Google that right now. For sure. But definitely, yeah. No, I'm taking us way back because you've been doing the same sorts of things for long time, right? And it's kind of just things that's synonymous with us, and I think that to me is just awesome because it speaks to that continuity and that preservation of our culture. Right. And speaking of that, that's exactly why you guys are here today, talking about some things that are coming up. Yes, so now we know you, Melanie, for Pirates Week. Mm-hmm. So tell us about that new change or new name, or it might not have been new, but you just heard about it. So tell us, bring us up to speed.
So the Pirates Week Festival has officially been transferred to the Ministry of Culture.
Okay.
And with that came some additional responsibilities for myself, if you want to call it a little promotion.
Okay.
To the Chief Cultural Officer, not just for the Pirates Week Festival, but for the CNCF programs as well.
Okay.
So events such as Red Sky, K-Fest overall, Give Me Story, any program relating to what CNCF would put on, I would be that person.
Good stuff. They just saw you bored to death waiting for Pirates.
Not at all.
Like, you know what, Melanie? Come here. We got some stuff for you to do.
No, it's a lot of work. Lots of work. Pirates Week is a yearly, based on COVID, it's taken a step back, but it's a yearly planning event.
But they gave you a team also, right?
Yes.
So this is the little difference, right?
A little different. Okay. Yeah.
That's good.
Happy to be a part of the CNCF team, and this is my second Red Sky at Night, actually.
Okay.
I came on board last January, so I literally, landed running.
Right.
On the ground running. So this is my first really in-depth planning of the K-Fest event. And Red Sky is the anchor event of K-Fest.
Okay. So, and K-Fest started when?
So K-Fest started with the National Arts and Cultural Awards last week, Thursday.
Okay.
And another event happening this Friday, actually, is our Dress for Culture event. And then we go into Red Sky at Night, which is Saturday.
Okay.
Which also incorporates the Parade of Nations. So that's an event within an event. So it's four events that make up K-Fest.
Okay. Yes. 4 events. And so repeat them again.
So we have the National Arts and Cultural Event Awards. We have the Dress for Culture. We have Red Sky at Night. And during Red Sky at Night, we have an event called Parade of Nations.
Okay.
So those are your 4 that make up K-Fest.
Okay. All right. Yes. And so explain a little bit about the Dress for Culture Day.
The Dress for Culture is this Friday, the 26th of February. It is basically a fundraiser for the CNCF, and it's $5 for adults, $3 for kids or for children, for students or children. And you have the opportunity to win prizes for the best photo. And there are 3 categories. There's company or organization. There's also school, and there's also best individual photo. And we've had a number of schools already submit their registration forms, which can be found on our website at artskman.org. So just go to that website. There's a Dress for Culture tab. Click on that, fill out the form, and submit your registration form. And we will be going to each of these. You're supposed to submit a photo. The competition is on Facebook. We'll have a vote, and whoever wins the best in each of those categories gets some lovely prizes.
Okay, all right. Yes. And so on Facebook, it would be on
Cayman Culture, at Cayman Culture. Sorry, is our Facebook.
Cayman Culture is the name of the Facebook page
handle, right?
Okay.
We also have Instagram with the same handle as well.
Okay, Cayman Culture.
Cayman Culture.
Okay, and you can just, so after you I guess enter, then your pictures will be uploaded there.
Correct.
And then people will like whoever the most likes.
Yes, exactly. The most likes. Yes.
All right, great. So what are the prizes?
I don't have the list of prizes handy. Okay. But I will certainly have those before Friday.
Okay. All right. So once again, how they can actually register for this and get a little more information, where would they go?
All right. So they can go to our website at artskman.org.
Okay.
And download the form. From there, you register your school or your business. If you need more information, you can also email us at cncf@artskman.org, or you can give us a call at 949-5477 for more information.
All right. Okay. So artskman.org. Pretty simple. All right. So all you listeners, if you're interested, apparently you can, there's a little flyer. I'll just read some of the stuff. Plot of visual tapestry of beauty and harmony by dressing in your cultural clothing on Friday, 26th of February, this Friday coming, and represent one of the 135 plus nationalities in the Cayman Islands. And you'll help raise funds for the Cayman National Cultural Foundation's programming, and you can win also. So prizes will be awarded for the photos with the most likes in the categories that Melanie just talked about. So go to artskman.org. That sounds exciting. Sounds interesting.
Very exciting.
So
we have a number of schools and companies that have already submitted.
No, that's cool. And then you'll drive your people to go to Facebook also to like and stuff like that.
And you mentioned the 135 plus nationalities. Even if you're Caymanian, but you have Filipino influence or family, you can dress in a cultural dress for the Philippines. It doesn't have to be Caymanian. It could be any one of those 135 plus nationalities.
All right. So it's just dressing and then just entering that competition. That sounds exciting. And I always love to hear 135 nationalities that we have in this one little small place.
Yep, the melting pot of the Caribbean is what we're known for.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I tell you. That is a lot. That's a lot. So yeah, so we're celebrating all of those cultures. That would be great. Also about the awards, what type of things was awarded then on last Thursday?
we had a number of awardees that we highlighted last week Thursday, and the award categories included Gold Heritage Cross, the Gold Star for Creativity, as well as the Silver Star for Creativity and a Certificate for Heritage Cross. Now, these are specific CNCF designed medals inspired by Ms. Lass's work that are awarded based on your contribution to the arts over the years.
Okay.
And the nomination process takes place around September of each year. So if you have someone that you know is a major cultural icon, for example, that hasn't been recognized as much as you think they should be, this is the perfect award ceremony for a person such as that.
Okay.
And the nomination process, like I said, there's a form to be completed. You fill out all of the details of why you think that person's deserving of any particular category. We have a nominations committee that comes together and decides based on who has been nominated, who meets that criteria. And those are the awardees for the following year. So we recognize them from the previous year. So who we've recognized last week, Thursday, would have been our 2020 recipients.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had it the following year.
Okay, all right. And so that's generally open to the public as well?
Yes, the event is by invitation, but there's a select number of seats for the public, but you have to call in and say, hey, I'm Catherine Tyson, I want to come to tonight's event, put my name down.
Okay.
So it's on a first come, first serve basis for the public.
All right.
Yeah, because it's limited seating in the Hartwell, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we had 11 recipients this year, and we also recognized a Chairman's Award recipient as well as a Sponsor of the Year award.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a really good event.
Yeah, and so those are people that I guess just over the years have worked in these
And I'm happy to mention a few of them. For Gold Heritage Cross, which is the highest level, Miss Marcianne Hides, Miss Marlena Anglin. We also had Nasaria Saku Chalet, as well as Erna Jean Ebanks. We had Darwin Ebanks, Evelyn Miles. We also had, for the Silver Star for Creativity, Ms. Shamika Clark, Mr. Edmund Ebanks, Wendy Miller. And we also had, and I think Wendy did a short film with your daughter as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we also had, for the Certificate Heritage Cross, we had Miss Eileen Barnes, Miss Margarita Bodden, and Miss Marcianne Rankin. The Chairman's Award, Mr. Captain William Jackson, otherwise known as Captain Kemp.
Okay. All right.
And Island Heritage, was the Sponsor of the Year.
Okay. And so people nominate, is that
right? So
nominations?
Yes, exactly. Except for the Sponsor of the Year, that's something we would choose as CNCF based on what contributions we've received over that year from any particular sponsor. Then the Chairman's Award is through the Chairman of the Board, and then the other categories are from the public.
Okay. And so how does someone nominate someone for this?
So the nomination process starts around September of each year. And again, our website has all of those details, artscayman.org. So hopefully we'll get to promote it prior so people will be aware of nominating their special person. Right. And you go to the website, get the information from there, and
who chooses the recipient?
So we have a nomination. We have a nomination committee. That once, because if we get 100 nominees, we can't highlight all 100 of those people. We have to choose from whoever is nominated based on what the criteria. There's a specific criteria which I'm not fully aware of at this time, but that's also on our website. Okay. So that won't be available until closer to that time.
All right. Okay. Yeah. And Darwin Ebanks is my uncle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Darwin from
the pirate?
No, that's Darwin.
Oh, okay, Darwin. Okay.
I know a lot of people. a lot of people, but he should be nominated.
Well, he should have been a long time.
And
there's a lot of people on here should have been nominated. I'm sitting here going, I know a couple of people should have been nominated. Yeah. I want to know what's
there you go. Well, now you know. Good. Now you know.
That's so
yeah, there's always going to be deserving people each year.
But you got to nominate them.
Yeah, you got to nominate them. And again, we are limited to the amount of nominees we can accept. Okay. So if you don't get it this year, you might be.
Get in early.
Yes.
Okay, exactly. And that's artscommand.org is where you find all things. This has been the website a long time, or is that?
Sorry?
Has this been the website a long time, or is this like a new thing also?
Well, I've just started in January of last year, and that's all I've known it to be.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is because I know KFest has existed for a long time.
Right.
Because I've been involved with KFest and just different things, and also there are also some other things that are under you as well. You said the festivals, carnivals, and festivals.
Right. So the carnivals, whichever carnivals we do have right now, would be not something that I would necessarily get too much involved with, but as far as the ministry or the CNCF is involved, it would really just be for promotion purposes.
Okay.
So we would promote the umbrella of carnival.
All right.
But there's still that individual ownership of, different bands, such as whether it's Badabanu, K-Mass, or whatever the case is.
All right.
But we would promote K-Man Carnival as a whole.
All right. And we're going to be talking about Red Sky because that's coming up.
Yes.
And that's exciting. Pirates Week is still happening though, since they're having.
We're hoping to have a normal year this year for the festival, but we'll see. We did put on a few
things
last year, but it's not what people are accustomed to Pirates Week being, but we do the best we can with what we have.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All the limitations.
It sounds like my granny. That's how they raised us. Do the best we can with what we have.
Yep.
And somehow it was enough.
It was.
Had to be, right?
Yeah, it had to be.
Okay. So
for some people it wasn't enough, but you can't please everybody.
What do you do? We had a rough year.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, you would be surprised to know what people had to say about, well, why you didn't do this? Well, why you didn't put that on? Well, why you never had fireworks? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we got some other stuff we could be working on.
One, you need money. Two, it attracts thousands of people.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So.
Yeah, it is. Well, like you said, it'll always be something.
Always.
So, Brent, we just don't want you to be sitting pretty here. Mm-mm. So you're here. I mean, you're prettying up the place, but let's talk.
You throw me off my rockers with that.
Throw you off your posing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're here because you are actually K Energy is a featured band of Red Sky at Night.
Red Sky at
Night.
Okay,
all right. Yeah. So just wanted to hear your voice. Wanted people to know you were still here with us.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about this event, and I do want, because we are going to take a break in a couple of minutes, so I really was waiting to kind of get back and really talk about what's going on. Red Sky at Night. Now, this is something, if you can just give us a little bit of history of Red Sky. I mean, whatever history that you kind of caught in your hands.
Right. So I don't know much about the history, but we did go through a bit of what KFest involved, and KFest was actually established in 1995. So, like you said, you've known of KFest for many years now.
Yeah.
Red Sky itself, now this is its 9th year.
Right.
So I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's still young, so to speak.
Right.
And this year's event starts, again, like I mentioned, Saturday the 27th.
Right.
We're doing things a bit different this year simply because of the restrictions. We're doing 2 sessions.
Okay.
So we start with a matinee session from 2 p.m. until 6 p.m. Tickets for that session are $10. For kids 2 and under, they're free of charge. We have a creative kids fun and games area throughout the entire matinee session. So if you're looking for something, if you're a family with young kids and you're trying to decide, should I go to the night session? Should I go to the day session? The matinee session is definitely the session for you to attend.
Right.
Simply because of what it has for children.
Right. It has a lot of activities.
It has a lot of activities. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The evening session starts at 7 p.m. and finishes at 11 p.m. And that's $5 more, so that's $15. And again, kids 2 and under are free. We have fireworks for the first time.
Okay.
at 8:15. So a lot of people are looking forward to that.
Okay.
And we do have tickets available for both sessions, available online at eventpro.ky as well as at the gate.
Okay.
So I know there's some people who aren't as savvy with the online purchases, so they would probably prefer a more traditional way of purchasing tickets at the gate.
Right.
The chance with that though is you might not have a ticket to purchase at the gate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, simply because again, we are restricted in our numbers. So it's really based on who purchases first online.
Okay.
And hopefully there'll be tickets available at the gate.
All right. So what
yeah.
what is the kind of the background of Red Sky at night? Like how do you yeah.
I have no idea.
How's that? Yeah, I think there's a there's some kind of thing.
It sounds like a good player.
Yeah.
It's Red Sky at night.
I'm still learning, Catherine. Yeah, I'm still learning the
I like it.
Yeah, the history and what Red Sky, signifies. I wish Mr. Henry was here. Maybe he can call in and give us a little history cap on how Red Sky was inspired. But yeah, the event itself is full of entertainment. We have live dance, musical, and drama performances. Of course, lots of arts, lots of crafts, lots of food, lots of great entertainment. I know you have to take a break. So
yeah, we'll take a break in a couple of minutes. I just wanted to just kind of get us a little hyped up and ready for this Red Sky event that's going to be happening on this Saturday night, Saturday day and night actually, from 2 to 6, which will be for the young ones, which will be nice, and then the later session will be more for the adults. And both sessions is going to be packed with a lot of different things going on. So I wanted to speak a little bit more specific on what people have to look forward to, but they can go to eventpro.ky
to purchase their tickets.
Pretty simple, yeah. Yes. When you even if you don't know the name of an event and you just go to eventpro.ky, it's like right there. It has
all the featured events right there.
And you can put in like the dates or whatever, and it really like the month, and it'll show you. It's really easy to navigate.
Eventpro makes it very easy to navigate, and you just have your debit or credit card ready to go and purchase as many tickets as you need for whatever session you'd like.
Absolutely. And so Brent, you're going to be bringing it in your band.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you've said earlier, I've been around this forever and ever. And
don't date yourself.
Yeah, dating myself. But this is one of those things that no matter what, there's times that I say, I'm not going to do this music anymore, but I can't. It's one of those things that's in your soul. It's ingrained in your soul. Yeah. And I just have to do music. That's just the way it is, Yeah. Sometimes I say, I ain't going to do this again. And before you know it, I'm writing something. Yeah, I'm doing an original song someplace, and I'm calling up somebody and say, I need to get into the studio. And I'm calling up my drummer, and I'm calling up everybody and say, listen, man, we got to do this. So, I have a total little live band, which is really great because sometimes, we have to work because of finance and all of that stuff. Sometimes you have to work with a smaller group. Right. But when we get an event like Red Sky, we're really excited about that because I can get to use my full band. I got a drummer, Omar, on drums in the back. I have Richard Terry on bass. I have George Jones on keyboard.
Sounds like you dusted off a lot of people.
Yeah.
They were sitting around catching dust somewhere.
I got Vashti up front with me. And guess what?
Vashti, right?
Vashti, she's up front.
Oh, we're not dusting her off. She's amazing.
Not dusting. She's very current.
She's very current.
And I've incorporated on guitar. Surprisingly, I got on guitars. I have a Filipino guy on guitar. You see, talk about those cultures. Nations.
Okay.
I have a guy. I have a little guy on guitars, and he's from the Philippines, Adrian.
Okay.
And he is really, really good. I mean, we have a lot of fun and rehearsal with him. He says this soca thing. He says, boy, it's really, really fast with my hands, But he's enjoying it. He's learning it, and he's really good. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Sounds good. Well, we're going to come back and talk some more about it and talk specifically about the event and just to get everybody all geared up and ready to go. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. You guys stay tuned, and we'll be back with more Straight Talk.
That's a good place to break because to pick up on you know, having a Filipino in his band.
By one of our Kim and National, ranking that fits your lifestyle.
And welcome back to Straight Talk. This is Catherine Tyson, your host, and this is your Drive at 5 show. We are in the studio with the CNCF people, and we're just excited about this event that they're talking about coming up this weekend. We're talking with Melanie Mcfield, who is the Chief Cultural Officer for Carnivals and Festivals, as well as Brent McLean, who is a featured band, K Energy, for Red Sky at Night. Now, she also reminded you of a Dress for Culture Day that will be this Friday, and you can get all the details at artskman.org. Yes?
Correct.
Okay, great. So we're back now. Red Sky at Night. I'm actually on Event Pro right now, and I'm seeing it. Red Sky at Night, a multicultural arts fair with something for everyone, right? And I've gone to a couple of these, and they're really, really a lot of fun. So what can people expect when they get there? So you have the two different sessions. One's from 2 to 6, and will some of the same things be happening during the day? So tell us about
actually
that.
yes.
Okay.
We will be repeating a few of the acts that occur in the matinee session and the night session as well.
Okay.
We have quite a lineup we have 3 entertainment areas, including the main stage at the Harkwell Theater. We have the smaller studio at the Harkwell, as well as what we're calling the square, which is essentially the parking lot.
Okay.
So we have that set up with more entertainment, as well as a new feature this year where we have a competition of countries.
Oh, wow.
And the countries that are competing, of course, Cayman Islands. Let me not say Cayman.
Right.
Guyana, we have Indonesia, we have Jamaica, and we have the Philippines.
Okay. And so this is what competition are they going to be having?
So this competition is basically a competition showing, I guess, exploring how well each of these countries are able to entertain, any artifacts that they may have to display, the traditional demonstrations or displays that they have, children activities, and overall country exhibition. Okay. So that's the judging criteria for. I might actually ask you to be a judge.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Put her on the spot.
Can't say no.
Can't say no. But yeah, so that competition encompasses five elements for judging, and what it is, we're providing what I like to call a little hut, and you have a 15 by 10 space to decorate.
Okay.
And make it as Caymanian, as Filipino, as Jamaican as possible.
Okay.
And judges are going to be looking at how you put this together and judge you based on this criteria. And all of the countries have the criteria, of course, so they know what to do to prepare for this competition.
Okay.
There's also an entertainment element. So you're given about 15 minutes for each country to do. You can do a compilation of poetry, dance, music, if you want to act, whatever the case, whatever is considered traditional for your country.
Okay. Is that something that's happening on both sessions?
No, that's only happening at the matinee session.
Oh, nice. Yes. Okay. It sounds good.
So that's only happening at the matinee session. So yeah, we wish we could have the same things happening on both sessions, but there's so much entertainment.
Right. That means people have to go to both then.
Exactly.
If they want to. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
And so I'm just a little bit more information about that I'm reading on your talking points. So you'll include beautifully decorated booths and the friendly faces of individuals proudly displaying their unique cultures and rich heritages. Booths featured are Cayman Islands. He has founded upon the seeds. I love that. I want, I like to. That. Indonesia, unity in diversity. Jamaica, out of many, one people. The Philippines, the
of those countries. Absolutely. We want as many nations in the Parade of Nations. So if you're interested, email us cncf@artscayman.org.
Oh, that is all the information. That is so good. That really is, because I went to this thing at UCCI December or November, but it was something like this. But you're talking about the booth thing where the different nationalities and the entire hall was just with all of different nationalities, and I must have ate myself crazy.
Yep.
I went from booth to booth. I was trying rice and beans from about 5-6 different countries.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's part of what you can have at your booth. Samples, food samples.
Nice.
So
well, you'll be popular if you have food samples, especially if I'm judging. I'm just saying. It was very interesting though to be able to try different things. There was Nicaragua, Costa Rica, I think. At UCCI, it was like all of these different places, and just to taste how different the little flair that they had, that little seasoning. That what is this that I'm tasting? And they were able to explain it to you. So that sounds really, really nice. So that's your 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock session.
Correct.
All right. And so when people get there, they'll get an itinerary, or they'll know exactly when these things are happening.
We have programs available. We have limited programs available, and you will get those at the gate.
So what time will that be happening? Do you know what actual time that'll be happening?
Well, the square happens between 3:50 and I would say between 3:50 and 5:15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So between that block of time, because each country, like I mentioned earlier, has about a 15-minute entertainment segment. So we go from one country to the next.
Okay.
And we have 5 countries, and then we go straight into the Parade of Nations.
Okay.
Once the final country has done their entertainment segment.
Very nice.
So it's a packed schedule, and there's something happening in every corner.
Okay.
If you're a movie buff, we have movies happening as well in the small studio. If you love some opera singing, we have that happening in the Hartwell.
Really? Okay.
Yes, as well as dance. If you enjoy a little belly dancing, we have that happening at night. So there's so much going on.
The only thing that I was always frustrated about when I go is I want to go to so many different things and they're happening at the same time. So I have to like cut one to go to the other. Like that's because they're all amazing events.
Exactly. So what we have done is we've strategically tried our best to schedule non-competing events in the different venues. And we've taken a break in the studio theater, the small studio, and the Hartwell Theater between 4:45 and 5:20, which is when the Parade of Nations is happening.
Okay.
So everybody can be outside to enjoy that.
Yes. Okay.
And then we'll at 5:25.
Okay.
So yeah, we thought of
no, for sure. Like I always thought, oh, I want to do that too. I want to do this. Oh my God, this one I want to do, because they all are really just great events.
So and nothing is happening during the fireworks.
Okay.
So that's another break.
The fireworks take center stage, you know?
Exactly.
And okay, so you'll have a creative kids area, and this is going to have supervised activities and also specialty food for kids ages 3 to 12.
Yes.
And all the activities are free.
Yes.
Which is another good thing. So you pay your price to enter, but all the activities are free, and that'll be during the matinee session.
Correct.
And this is Mcgee Adventure Park. What's that?
Right. So that is for bigger kids and for adults.
Okay.
They have bouncing as well as like basketball and other sports. If you decide to come back for the nighttime event, of course.
All right. Okay.
So yeah, that's I have a hoop challenge going on with another radio host.
Okay.
So
okay. So
we will be doing some
hula hoop
hoops
thing?
No.
Oh no.
Basketball.
Oh, because I'll do the hula hoop
I will
one.
dunk on him. I'll do the hula hoop with you.
You don't want to get beat down on hula hoop, girl. You don't know
I'm
me.
not a hula hooper at all.
I grew up in Boston and New York. I can hula hoop from here to East End.
Can you do the net too?
I can do it all. Wait, hold on a second.
I will pay to see that.
Hold on a second. I am Generation X. I might not be able to. I think I used to. Yeah. That's funny. Okay, and so I'm looking at Cafe Cayman for the local vendors. So I'm seeing stewed conch, rundown, Cayman style beef. So there'll be a lot of different local food that will be available for sale there as well.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
And of course our international features as well.
Right.
You know,
okay.
So
pepper jelly, coconut treats, heavy cakes, ice cream, donuts, and there's vegetarian. Oh my goodness, lots of good stuff. Yeah, that sounds really awesome. Now let's talk about these headliners. And so this is where Mr. K Energy will come in.
Yes.
Okay.
And obviously, I don't want, because we're talking about headliners and stuff. I don't want to just sit here and talk about K Energy.
Right.
Yes,
right.
It's not just K Energy.
Talk about everybody.
You also have Bonafide. Everybody knows Bonafide. She does really well. She has a
closing act.
So, I don't know where they get the energy.
Yeah, so you can take them down.
Me.
And we also have musical crew too. Now you
don't
remember musical crew. Is Jughead and Johnny. when you come out to see headlining music and see the bands, you're not just coming out just to get some regular nobody or nobody knows somebody.
It sounds like a fete.
Yeah, it's going to be
it's a fete.
Yeah, good fete. And all of these bands are they're capable. They've been around a long time. They know what they're doing. They know how to entertain.
Absolutely,
we're all capable of that, and it's going to be fun.
Absolutely,
absolutely fun.
I also see the Cayman Islands folk singers will be there, which is good. I see Dream Chasers Dance Company, and they will have you shaking anything you can shake, and just careful because they're young and still able.
Pan and Ribbon. Pan and Rhythm, which is Michael LeMay and Jimmy.
The Steel Pan Band.
Really good.
All right.
You don't want to. You really don't want to miss them.
I know it's just beautiful too. It's so really soothing.
Yes, and we'll have Pan and Rhythm. Sorry, featured in the matinee. I know, right? I'm trying to be proper.
Rhythm.
Rhythm. Pan and Rhythm. Trying to have them featured in both the matinee and the nighttime session.
Yeah.
Right now we have them scheduled for the matinee, but they're that popular, that energetic, that we're trying to see how we can squeeze them in.
Okay, and so these kind of live dance and musical and drama performances will be day and night, or they're
a combination of both sessions.
Okay.
The what's happening in the Hartwell and the studio, all of those activities will conclude at 8 p.m.
Okay.
So then we focus on the square and what's happening on the outside.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
So for the Hartwell Theater matinee session, we have a few video compilations for Rundown. We have Sean Moran, who's a guitarist and a vocalist.
Okay.
We have Mas Azúcar, which is a Cuban dance group. We have very good. We have
is that for inside, or
this is for the Hartwell.
Okay.
So I'll just go through the different areas and what entertainment they're featuring.
All right. Okay.
And the Cayman Music School will feature their top saxophonist, who is Dennis. I forgot his last name. Sorry, Dennis. And also a flute player as well as vocals. We have Radiance Dance Studio. We have Ariana Anglin. We have the Cayman Islands Folk Singers. We have Selena Dilbert. And we also have a short film, Easy Listening.
Okay.
And then we take a break from 4:45 to 4:20 for the Parade of Nations. We have Dream Chasers, Cayman. And then we have Cayman Islands National Dance Company. Then we take that break to go into the nighttime session, and we open the Hartwell with the Philippines Dance Troupe, and we end with a short film called Jab, which is part of the Caribbean Traveling Showcase. Okay. So that is the activities specific to the Hartwell Theater between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Okay. Then we go to the small studio, and again, the studio really has just film features, the small studio. Okay. So if you're a movie buff and you want to see, great Caribbean films or Caymanian films, the studio is the place to go. Right. We have a Las Tortugas Pirates double feature. We have Black Mozart, which is part of the Caribbean Traveling Showcase. We have I Cannot Thee Forget, the Flowers See Swim short film in this moment. Once a Nurse, Always a Nurse, that's a rehearsed reading. And we also have Southside, a short film by Josh Pearl, and What My Mother Told Me, which is also part of the Caribbean Traveling Showcase. Again, these films are featured between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. in the small studio.
Okay, all right.
And then the square now, that's where you have your pan and rhythm, your countries that are being represented, your Parade of Nations, Bonafide. You have DJ Cardiac, spinning the hottest tunes, of course. We again have our music school duo. We have Master Zukar again. We have Sean Moran again. We have Soraya, who's Dances of the World. We have K Energy musical crew, and then we finalize the show with Regeneration Band.
And that's all in the main.
That's all on the square. Yes, the main stage outside.
Okay.
The outside stage.
And that will be, where will that be? Like in the parking lot in front of the Hartwell?
Exactly.
Okay.
In the parking lot.
All right.
Yeah.
So people are just kind of standing, or are they going to be sitting?
Yeah, they're because there's so much going on. There's chairs for people to be seated. If the square is where you want to be stationed.
Right.
But you're going to want to see things all over.
Right.
But there will be some seating available.
Yeah, and I know when you walk around, like there's like booths and
So much
tables
going on.
everywhere because
Yes.
it was a
Mhm.
lot, and I'm seeing it's over 50 artists and artisans
Yes.
that will be displaying their things.
And we have a seafarers section as well, where we're going to have the Cayman Islands Seafarers Association, some of our Caymanian artisans, our very own pirate cruise, Bloody Bay Buccaneers and Las Tortugas. We have the Pirate Suite float there for kids to come and be a part of the whole pirate, fantasy. So we're going to do photos for them as well, and there's lots of activities going on.
Okay, and if they check out your Facebook page, Cayman Culture, they can see you're kind of boosting that up as well, and they can go on Eventpro, or they can always call 949-5477, or email you at
cncf@artscayman.org.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
There's no excuse to not be able to get in touch with us.
It's something for everybody.
Something for everybody.
I say that is as much Cayman, I can say something for everybody. Everybody something funny.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I heard Melanie saying rhythm, I think she just wanted us to know she could say it right.
But it rhythm.
Rhythm.
But we know how to make the switch, right?
Yes.
But no, it sounds amazing. It is. We got to make the switch. We got 135 nationalities in the Cayman Islands, so you better make the switch if you want to be understood. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
When you're in the professional world, I'm teaching young people every day, make the switch.
I come from Eastern.
I know where you come from.
It's hard to teach a dog new tricks.
But sometimes, trust me.
But yes, I do it.
We have to. We have to. You take off the tie.
We know when to.
Absolutely. And we want to embrace.
But we also want to remind people that they need to make the switch too and understand us, because they are here.
Of course.
So
I
goes both ways.
Exactly.
Yeah, we go
That's
into
another
those,
show.
Right, Brent, you read my mind, because I'm sitting here. I want us to walk into one of these firms and tell. I want us to walk into some of these firms and tell them to make the switch. Like, good luck. So we need to be able to. Everybody needs to be able to acclimate and do their part.
Absolutely.
That's the whole point. But this is just one of the amazing things that we have in our community to celebrate our culture, to highlight our culture, or things like this, the K-Fest, like you were talking about the awards, the Dress for Culture Day, and now Red Sky at Night.
Yes.
And so this, I think, is where it's at when it comes to us ensuring that, everybody, the 135 people do know you're in the Cayman Islands.
Yes.
This is where you are. And we have a culture. We love it. We're embracing everybody. But we just want to work together. Right.
We're an inclusive organization where, we welcome all, cultures. And obviously Cayman is the one that we focus on the most, but it's not about, excluding anyone.
Right.
At the end of the day, the success of the Cayman Islands is on the inclusiveness that we are.
Absolutely.
That's who we have. We've allowed everybody to come and be a part of what we are, and it's working for us.
Right.
And I think that there's a lot. I mean, we can't maybe off topic, but I think that there's a lot of Caribbean countries are seeing that what the Cayman Islands doing is really working.
Yeah.
Because some people didn't take this approach. I mean, it's working for us.
Right.
Yeah.
We just need to be able to blend and mend
and
everybody
balance.
together and balance so that we don't lose what we
I just want to make sure that we're players in the game.
Yeah,
that's what I want to make sure.
And that's where the balance
I want to make sure of that because we have a beautiful place. We have an amazing people. We have so much to offer. But it's like inviting somebody in your house and they just take over. That's not what we're trying to do. It's like, you can come sit at our table, but can we also eat?
Yes.
So I think this is just an example of being inclusive and, just celebrating everybody at the same time. Because with progress, everybody gets the benefit.
Exactly.
Right?
Absolutely.
And so we don't want to cry down progress, but you just want to include everybody in the process. So absolutely.
Yeah.
And I really think that's the way to go, So this sounds amazing. I think everybody should go to eventpro.ky, check it out. Call you guys, go on artscayman.org, Red Sky at Night. This is your Red Sky coming up Saturday, 27th of February. If you've never gone, you do not want to miss it. It is something to not miss for sure.
And for those that are concerned about parking, we do have a shuttle service.
Okay.
There's parking in the Kamana Bay parking lot closest to the school.
Okay.
There's an open lot there for parking, and we will have Webster's tours shuttling people back and forth.
Okay.
From the venue to the parking lot. I think every 30 minutes.
Okay.
Starting at 2:30.
Okay. Good.
So yeah, so we're trying to we try to incorporate as many concerns as possible, because obviously there's no parking at the Hartwell, right?
Yeah.
So
and that's huge. That's always a huge problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And for safety reasons, obviously, we want to make sure people are
transported. Yeah, you're not trying to cross. You're not trying to cross that big.
You're not.
Highway situation.
6.
Well,
yeah, from
about
each side.
2, and you're confused about the other 4.
Yeah.
So you make it cross them 2.
Yeah.
And praying the whole way. So don't do that. Just go park there and wait for Webster's. Take you where you need to go.
Yep.
And I think it should be flowing anyway. Kind of just seamlessly.
Exactly.
So it should work out.
Absolutely.
Right? For sure. But this is great. This is absolutely great. Melanie, congratulations on this new role of yours.
Thank you.
The first time I'm seeing you since that. So now I know where to find you. Because people lose track of each other.
Well, I lose track of myself sometimes. So
now that's another show again.
Yeah.
So Melanie, we talk later.
Yes, we will.
But definitely, it's always good for people to maintain in the same thing. Because I think how long have you been doing the whole Pirates Week thing?
From 2013.
Okay, yeah. So it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Yes,
so to just kind of have it evolve into something different.
Yes.
I'm very excited about the things that keep coming up and the things that we continue to do. I see a lot of things at CNCF that's happening also. I think I see a play coming up at the Hartwell. No, it's something else I saw on the paper.
Something else. Okay, not a CNCF play.
No, maybe not. It came out of music school or something.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, but I just saw Hartwell on it.
But we do have Rundown coming up.
Okay, when is that coming up?
That's in March.
Because March is next week.
The dates are on our website, but I want to say March 12th.
Well, March is next week, so we want to know about Rundown.
We'll be back for that. For
sure. Good. Okay,
so
great.
Just want to get this week over with, and then we'll Rundown focus.
Good stuff. And so Rundown is also a part of your thing too, like you're working with that as well.
That's more Mr. Henry's baby.
Okay, yeah. So, but if you're around, you're giving you something.
Yeah, I know.
Here, mop this up. What are you doing? Stop being bored.
I'll probably be on here at some point in time with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be good. Oh, that's good to know that Rundown will be with us. Because we're all looking forward to it.
Oh yeah.
All right. So Mr. Brent, we will be looking forward to seeing you, because let me tell you something. What time you coming on?
I'm coming on at 8:25.
Oh goodness. Precisely.
And I know a lot of people, since COVID came down, people haven't got to do a decent walk up and down.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So between Care Energy, Regeneration, Bonafide, musical crew, come out to get a little sweat, because I know from Care Energy standpoint, we got some sweating to do.
The sweating start? What time the fetting and the sweating start?
The sweating.
Yours is 8:25. But what
I'm
time
8:25. Bonafide is a little bit earlier than that.
Yeah, Bonafide is closing out the matinee session.
Okay.
So
at 5:15.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can come and sweat up. You sweat up for the last.
Be a little neat. She's a little neat too, So
yeah.
she not Brent now, so you start off good.
And she'll be catering to families as well as adults too, So
that is adoring us. It's a proper lady there.
Yeah.
So and then after that, then
8:25 is Care Energy. We go to 9:10.
Okay.
Then musical cruise going from 9:50 o'clock.
All right.
And then Regeneration is going to close up
there
from 10:05 to 10:50. And any one of those 3 bands you see there is going to make you get a little sweat.
Absolutely.
But don't forget, you have Master Zukar and Soraya.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
There'll be a
Belly
lot.
dancing can get you sweating too.
A lot of work.
And a lot of salsa, merengue, bachata, all those
I
nice.
agree.
Okay. Starting
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah. So just just go to both events. That'll be the best thing.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I'm quite excited about this. I hope everybody, goes and gets their tickets so that they don't show up at the gate and there are no tickets for the Red Sky at Night, which will be this Saturday. Thank you so much. That was Melanie Mcfield, who's the Chief Cultural Officer for Carnivals and Festivals. You all knew her as a Pirates Week lady. Well, now she is doing all that stuff, as well as Mr. Brent McLean, who getting ready to work it out.
Walk up. Yes, walk up.
W-O-K.
Yeah, yes.
All right. This was your Straight Talk show. Thank you all so much for tuning in this afternoon. I will talk with you again tomorrow. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a great afternoon.
We have tons of these, though. So I'll put one aside.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, my dearest.